Hi, my name is Julie McAleese. I am a social worker and I've been working with this for the South Eastern Trust for about 13 and a half years now. I wanted to talk to you today about self-directed support and my experience of working with a lady that has been known to myself for about 6 or 7 years. I work in mental health services for older people, and the lady, who we will call Mrs. X, has a diagnosis of anxiety disorder with dependent personality traits. This lady has been attending a daycare, conventional daycare, 1 day a week, which has been very problematic for her and subsequently had been causing her a lot of distress. When I started learning about self-directed support and had attended the training on it, Mrs. X automatically came to mind. I thought she would benefit very much from self-directed support. The 4 options that were available I knew would be ideal for Mrs. X, and I needed to explore with her what would best suit her needs. When we went out and did the support plan, the talking through each of the 4 options enabled her to tell me exactly and to express exactly what she needed. What she identified as a need for her was some flexibility and to be able to engage socially with people that she felt were of like mind. And she was very frustrated with the limitations that conventional services offer to her, and therefore we needed to look at what was available from self-directed support. The support plan itself, we thought about the managed budget initially with her, but then we realised that she really didn't need somebody to help manage her budget. What she needed was a sum of money paid through direct payments, which would enable her to get transport to and from the social outlet of her choosing. I applied for the funding in the normal way with our managers, and we were allocated a small amount of £40, which gave Mrs. X the flexibility to go to social outlets on days of her choice. It worked very well with her. She's benefited from going to Mindwise. It's open, she can go as often as she wants, and she uses the money in a very flexible way. If she doesn't feel like going to the centre one day, she can go on another day. One learning for me that came across was that when we had identified the direct payment as a good option for her, at that stage, unbeknown to me, because I hadn't attended the process training, I should have linked in with our assistant care managers and co-worked it with them so that they could help manage the direct payment side of things. I didn't do that, and it meant that a few months down the line it was identified that the finance part of it hadn't been picked up, so it is important to co-work the case. In terms of the outcome that was achieved, that we had identified at the initial support planning stage, was clearly met for Mrs. X, in that her mental health stabilised quite quickly, actually, after receipt of service, and she was contacting me less and less with anxieties and worries. She was able to deal much more clearly with crises that came her way. I think the actual attendance at the daycare enabled her to express herself and to talk through any troubles or concerns that she would have had, so her outcomes were clearly met. In relation to my working with Mrs. X, I've actually been able to close my involvement with her. She no longer requires input from a mental health professional, and she is much happier, and mental health is much more stable as a result of the direct payments she receives through self-directed support.